Hello and welcome my Earth sign Zodiac friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my weekly group reading for my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn friends. Today we're going to explore what you can expect from January 12th through the 18th. We're going to look at what you're going to face, those obstacles and challenges, and of course, we're going to focus in on those tools and blessings that are going to help you throughout the week. The deck I'm using for this reading is the Tarot Draconis and the Angel Inspiration decks. And like always, I have links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Earth sign Zodiac friends, let's see what the cards have to say. What can my Earth sign Zodiac friends expect from January 12th through the 18th? Cooperate. It's a beautiful card. And it's not just so much cooperating with those in our lives. That's a really important piece as well. But it's cooperating and working with those higher vibrational beings, our astral family, our guardians, our guides. That's going to be important. We're going to be given the opportunity to connect in and start strengthening and fortifying those relationships with those amazing beings. Let's look at this week a little bit more in depth. What card symbolizes the week of January 12th through the 18th? There's something so satisfying when you get that clunk on the table. You know exactly that you've got a jumper. What a great card. Your weak card is the Fool. The 0 card in the Major Arcana. It talks about that new beginning, that new start, that carefree energy and trust in the universe that they've got that master plan and that you're going to let things go and follow that path. Trusting in them and enjoying this journey, enjoying the experience. And that's very much what this week will bring you. The more you're able to relax, the more you're able to enjoy yourself and that journey, the more you'll be able to connect in with those higher vibrational beings, because we're going to raise our vibration. Raising our vibration starts to reduce the barriers and obstacles that are in play in communicating and understanding the messages of the higher vibrational beings. Because let's be honest, they have no problem understanding us. We just don't understand and comprehend their messages. Let's get into this week a bit more. What can my Earth sign Zodiac friends expect for the beginning of the week? The 4 of Swords. 4s are a foundational structural number. Swords about truth and knowledge. We need to really relax. We need to let go. This is not about what we expect, what we think should happen. Taking that time to take that pause, take those deep breaths, focus in on our physical being, rejuvenating ourselves so that we are able to not only take on those next aspects and those next steps, that we are able to clear our mind out, clear out some of this physical baggage and blockage that we have, so we feel freer to connect into those higher vibrational beings. Our physical well-being, those aches, those pains, those tensions, can negatively impact our ability to connect in with those higher vibrational beings. Let's look at the middle of the week. I've got to jump already. What does the middle of the week bring my Earth sign Zodiac friends? That's the Chariot. The 7th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about that willpower and determination to overcome those obstacles and challenges. Also talks about that balance. We've got that black and white. And the chariot always has kind of like a black and white animal symbol. Sometimes it's horses. The original card had Sphinx. These ones have dragons. They usually, and in the first deck, it's always been that black and white. We have that balance because it's not just the charioteer who is driving the chariot with his sheer willpower and determination because he has no reins. He's balancing those polar opposites, that yin and yang, if you will. And that balance for you is going to be key. It's going to be helpful for you not only to make sure that you feel balanced and rested in your life, but balancing out that divine feminine and masculine is going to be essential, because what we're looking at doing is creating that connection, really fortifying and strengthening it. We need both elements to do so. So in the middle of the week, we are looking at doing some of that movement and action. Where we were resting at the beginning, in the middle of the week, we start to build up some movement and starting to connect in and work on that relationship with those higher vibrational beings and with our support system. Let's look at the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring? My Earth sign Zodiac friends. Strength. Strength is the 8th card in the major arcana, and it too talks about that courage, determination, that willpower. These two cards are very much connected. Now, in the original card, it wasn't a couple that was the charioteer team. It's a masculine figure, and this is a feminine maiden in the strength. We're looking at that similar solar plexus energy. However, strength brings in that universal energy. She has the infinity symbol above her head. It doesn't occur in this deck. However, the original card it did. And in the meaning, it does. That archetype uses that inner fire to really amplify her abilities to make miracles happen. And it's not just taming that beast. It's making that beast subservient and loving you in the process. If you look at the original card, it looks like the lion is trying to like lick or eat her. It's not. He's loving her. Similar to that of a cat or a dog, they lick you. And that's what the lion is doing. Making the impossible possible through using that inner fire, that courage and determination to make things happen. A lot of people believe it's really hard to connect into those higher vibrational beings, putting in additional obstacles in that connection. It's about using your inner abilities, and we all have that ability to connect into that source, into that information. We've done it before. We've done it in past lives and when we weren't incarnated in this life. Especially as we were in that energy field, in those higher vibrational fields. We had direct connection. We just don't remember how to do it. We have the abilities. We just need to work on them. Ways of working on them. Putting that information out. Asking questions. And the most important piece, we need to slow down. We need to be observant to receive those messages. This week does not give you the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation where you're going to see, hear, and feel those high vibrational beings. It's working on that relationship. That's what we're going to be working on this week. Very few people have the ability to call in a high vibrational being and have a very clear conversation with them. Many high vibrational beings struggle with our language because it's so rudimentary. They still bring in symbols. If you've had a psychic reading done before, you get symbols or words and they don't make sense. It's telling it to that person. So it's not a clear conversation that you and I would have. It's a conversation and working with those higher vibrational beings and how they communicate with us. And a lot of it is going to be a steep learning curve for us. It's a new aspect. It's a new journey for us. We need to trust in the universe, trust that this is something you need and want to do, because not only have you found me, it's one of those things that I help my clients out with, is that connecting piece, that communication piece, that healing aspect. You have found me online, so obviously this is an important aspect for you. So let's look at the challenges. Other than the challenges that I've already mentioned, that we put in obstacles and barriers to ourselves by A, not believing in ourselves, and B, believing that only certain individuals can do this. There are more obstacles. We haven't looked at what this week will bring us. This is just the general energy. So what is the obstacle that my Earth sign Zodiac friends will face? It hit the floor. The week, we've got cards jumping everywhere, of January 12th through the 18th. Not sure if that's coming up. That's quite the fun card. Okay, so let me get the ones off the floor. I do ask that they hit the table, however, it doesn't always happen that way. So let's look at the obstacles. So the first obstacle, the Two of Swords. Twos are about duality and choice. The Sword's about truth and knowledge. We literally won't be able to see what's right in front of us. Those obstacles and barriers are going to be rampant, and we're going to put more in because our ego is going to start to play up. We're going to need to be able to calm things down, calm our mind, calm our emotions, so that we are able to see what's truly in front of us and trust in our abilities and our skills. The next one that jumped out, the Ace of Pentacles. That grounded, stable energy is not going to be there for us. We're going to feel very disconnected, we're going to feel very unstable, and that stability is needed to create that connection and start to work on those higher vibrational pieces. And this is the card that fell face up that I said, oh, that's a challenge. This is the Devil, the 15th card in the Major Arcana. Your ego is going to be screaming at you. It's going to amplify that instability, amplify that confusion. Because the more confused and unstable we are, the less likely we are going to be able to connect in with that higher vibrational self. We'll disrupt that rejuvenation piece. We'll play havoc on your solar plexus so that you aren't able to use your abilities. You're not able to connect in. You are very distracted when it comes to paying attention and being mindful of those messages. It's amazing how a few simple things can cause such a challenge in our week. Things that can help, working on grounding, so keeping crystals with you, that's an easy way. Crystals that are red, like red jasper, tiger iron, black ones, tourmaline, jet, oxen, those can help. That will help with that grounded instability. Selenite can help with that kind of confusion, chaotic mind, bringing things down so that you can start to take those veils off, take those blindfolds off, see and embrace what's right in front of us. With your ego, all I can say, the Devil, our ego is there. It's our lower vibrational self. It's easier to hear it because it's low vibration. It's easy to understand and comprehend that lower energy. That's why high vibrational beings have no problem understanding us. So in many cases, the best way to deal with the ego and all its shenanigans is to label it. Call it for what it is. This is my ego playing up. I don't want to play with my ego right now. I want to take the time and energy for my higher vibrational self. A lot of times labeling it disempowers it. Focus in on that high vibrational piece. meditating, calming your mind, becoming attuned to the energies and what's truly important right now will help overcome and combat that devil energy. All right, let's look at some blessings. What blessing can my earth sign zodiac friends embrace at the beginning of the week? Well, it's pretty blatant. Face your challenges. Sometimes we have to take things head on. And literally, that's what the angels are telling you right now. We're going to have to face some of our challenges, face some of our fears, because we need to move forward. We've got the Fool, that beginning card. There's a lot of things that we'll be able to work on and get ourselves moving in the right direction. All right, let's look at the middle of the week. What blessing can my earth sign zodiac friends embrace in the middle of the week? Speak from the heart. Really important to be able to be very authentic with yourself and with those around you. We do need to be bearing in mind that we are going to have the devil playing up this week. Be cautious and use your critical thinking skills throughout this week so that you are able to shoot from the place of authenticity rather than a triggered response from the ego. Let's be honest, anytime we're looking at the ego as a big challenge like this, the devil coming up, our emotions can start to become very roller coastery and topsy-turvy. Again, that grounding energy is going to be important, but also being very authentic and using our judgment and critical thinking skills to move forward rather than causing that conflictual energy in our lives. Let's go on to the end of the week. What blessing can my earth sign zodiac friends embrace for the end of the week? Show justice. That balancing aspect is going to be key. Balance will help us really embrace that solar plexus, calm that devil, and bring about that connection and stability we're looking for. Remember, we've got that instability of the Ace of Pentacles, but that balancing piece will go a long way in combating that disruptive, unbalanced energy of this chaotic ace. So it's going to be important that we do work on that, not only our grounding skills, but our balancing our energies from that physical and spiritual planes, but also balancing all the aspects of our lives. And let's be honest, it's not just 2 balls we're juggling, it's about 200 balls we're juggling. Let's see what else we can help you out with. What further guidance and supports can we help and offer my earth sign zodiac friends for overcoming the challenges and obstacles that they face for the week of January 12th through the 18th? I love this card. The 5 of Wands. It's that conflictual inner energy. It talks about, yes, we are going to have to put up a little bit of a fight. There is going to be that internal battle. This isn't about other people. This is going to be very much all about those inner feelings, those inner emotions that start to flare up. Like I said, it's going to feel somewhat of an emotional roller coaster because we are looking at some fairly challenging cards in that obstacle space. We can use these as a support in overcoming them. However, acknowledging that this is what's going to happen, is in itself going to give us that ability to overcome some of those pieces that we're going to face. So knowing that yes, we are going to have a lot of very passionate inner dialogue and inner conflict within ourselves. Again, the best way to overcome that is through literally labeling it as it is and what it's for, and calming our minds, bringing it back down. We need to face our challenges, and our ego doesn't want that. It's going to throw everything it's got at you. Calming ourselves, grounding ourselves, balancing ourselves out will help overcome some of this conflict. Then we have the Hermit, the 9th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about that inner journey, that inner reflection. The more we know about ourselves, the easier this connection is, because we are able to connect into those inner and hidden abilities and talents. We understand them more completely. If you're really struggling, and some of you are going to be struggling, take some time to go within. Figure out and reflect on your abilities, your skills. What is it that the devil or ego is throwing up at you? What past experiences, what coping mechanisms is it driving you towards? Reflect on how the ego is holding you back so that you are able to take off that noose. Unbind yourself a little bit more from your ego. In the original card, the devil, we have this very quintessential devil perched on a concrete cube with 2 naked individuals in front of him. The important part is that the nooses, those chains around their neck, would easily slip off should they take them off. They just need to pull them off. They're choosing not to. So when we're really struggling and feeling discouraged about this situation, reflect in, go within. How is the devil holding you back? What abilities would help you right now? Start to reflect in. Journaling is amazing. Meditation is fantastic. And if you're an individual who struggles with meditation, guided meditation really helps. Focusing in on a candle and doing flame meditation will help. There's a lot of different things than just sitting in a room going, wow, I can't meditate. Because that is your devil holding you back, telling you you can't do it. When, yes, you can. We know you can. We all have that ability. The 9 of Pentacles. 9s are about all that we've achieved in our lives. Pentacles, about growth and abundance. It talks about that stability that we do have in our lives. When we are faced with the Ace of Pentacles and feeling very unstable and feeling very disconnected from that achievement, that reflection piece, that going inwards, what is it that you have in your lives? Let's be honest, there's a lot. However, our ego would like to really reinforce that we don't. It's going to highlight what we fear. Check into it. What is it that we have in our lives? And it's not just the tangible pieces. Those tangible pieces are important because they bring us that physical stability. What other aspects of our lives can we rejoice in? Do we have abundance that bring us joy and happiness? Because there's a lot of them, and many of them we're not acknowledging. However, they are there nonetheless. And finally, the 4 of Cups. 4's about stability. Cups about that intuition and emotion. The 4 of Cups talks about direction. In the original card, there's a man sitting under a tree, looking very exhausted and exasperated with his world. There's very much a sense in the card, that feeling of, is this it? Yet beside him, there's a hand handing him a cup, that holy grail. And in this card, it's lit up. One of the cups is lit up. So there's 3 cups in the front and then 1 in the back. That one holy grail is going to give us direction. That's where we need to go. that connection in is going to be vital. So through connecting in, we're going to not only gain direction for right now, we're going to gain ongoing direction and insight into our journey, into what it is we're supposed to do, which will cause more fulfillment and enjoyment in our lives and in this journey. That connection in can really give us what we're missing. All right, let's end off on a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign Zodiac friends embrace for the week of January 12th through the 18th? Love. It's a beautiful card. Love is going to literally set you free, my friends. When we embrace that unconditional loving energy, that energy of the universe, and direct it towards ourselves and who it is we are, that's when we're going to raise our vibration. Embracing this amazing emotion and vibration, this energy, that's going to take us a lot further than any skills and our abilities, because love can amplify our energy. It takes one aspect of our lives and amplifies it exponentially. When in doubt, go back to ourselves. Goes back to that Four of Swords, that rejuvenation. Love ourselves, raise our vibration, and connect in. Also talks about that compassion, because with love comes that compassion piece. Have compassion for yourself and understanding this is not going to happen right away. This energy of this week will help give you those tools and abilities. It's a step forward. Like I said before, we're not going to sit down and have a very clear conversation with our high vibrational beings. We're not going to have them say, okay, sit down, get out a pen and paper, here you go. We may get downloads, however, we're not going to have that one-to-one conversation. Rather, they're going to do it through symbols or through instincts. We're going to have that gut instinct to do something, those feelings. The majority of us have not shut down our clairsentience and our claircognizance. So clairsentience is clear feeling. We get those kind of weird feelings, those tingly feelings. Those are going to be very vital for you. Or pieces of information that pop into your head and you have no idea where they came from. If you will, those aha moments. Make sure that you're following them. Write them down. Reflect on them. Because those pieces of information are going to be incorporated with that loving energy. That's how we know it's high vibration versus low vibration. When we get feelings or thoughts that are low vibrational, they're not for our greater good. They don't fill us with that loving energy. A lot of times they fill us with that kind of gunky, anxious, a lot of times they're money-making schemes, that type of energy, rather than that insight into that loving energy. Additionally, these insights and directions are not pieces that have to be implemented instantly. Write them down, reflect on them. You can ask for clarification. If it's life-threatening, they'll step in and save your life. However, take the time. Those critical thinking skills are going to be essential in unraveling those pieces that cause you concern or you're questioning. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful and that you're able to gain some direction and insight into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. I have so many amazing pieces that I'm going to be incorporating into this channel over the next couple of weeks. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. So that you don't miss anything, the best way to stay connected is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. And in some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn friends.